The TEDx mission is all about ideas worth spreading. And what I'd like to do is share some of my thoughts and a few ideas around the theme of tonight, which is prosperity through diversity. So where do we start? Let's start with prosperity, and predictably with what the definition of prosperity is. Well, prosperity is the state of being prosperous, which comes from the Latin prosperus, which is translated as doing well. But if we look in various dictionaries, they'll also tell us that it means wealth, success, successful in material terms, flourishing financially, rich, affluent, and well off. And that's always been my understanding of prosperity. 10 years ago, I would regard myself as prosperous. I had a good job, a good income. I was surrounded by a wealth of good friends and colleagues. I had a good lifestyle, nice cars, nice holidays, and I didn't want for much. I also had good prospects for the future and some great plans. I was successful, an achiever, and success and achievement goes hand in hand with prosperity. As I said, that was 10 years ago. But, and there's always a but with these things, 9 years ago, I collapsed with severe and chronic neurological damage. My brain just broke. And I've had better days, to put it politely. And at this point, can I just say, I desperately wanted to do this talk without the notes and without clinging onto the stand. But my battered brain has got the better of me. But I'm hoping that enthusiasm will conquer all. The effect of the brain damage meant that I no longer had any balance. My vestibular system has been permanently damaged. And as a result, I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk. I struggled to talk, and every one of my cognitive abilities were affected. I was housebound for over 3 years. I couldn't read, I couldn't use a phone, and I couldn't even travel in a car. Those were the physical effects, but of course it impacted on so much more. I lost everything. My job, my income, we became homeless. I also lost my friends, colleagues, and everything that I regarded as my past prosperity. But despite what the doctors and specialists told me, in my mind, all I needed to do to get everything back was to get better. I wasn't going to accept the long-term prognosis if there was a chance, however slim, of an improvement in my condition. So I decided to make a comeback. And this is where the Rocky music should start playing. 4 times a day for over 6 years, I carried on my rehabilitation therapy, and I still do. I desperately wanted my life back, and nothing was going to stop me. But guess what? I hadn't reckoned on one thing: diversity. Now, the definition of diversity is the state of being diverse, showing a great deal of variety, being very different. I found that I was now disabled. I was now different, and as I discovered, we don't do different very well. As a species, we like to conform. It's a safer path to guaranteed results. I found that I was struggling to be accepted. There was a fear of the unknown surrounding me, and that included trying to get back to work. People weren't prepared to take a chance with somebody who wouldn't fit into their neat little boxes. And I couldn't accept this because all I wanted was my old life back. I wanted the job, the car, the money. I wanted to wear a suit and a tie. I wanted to be in an office. I wanted to fit back in, to be successful. I wanted to achieve again, because as I've said, in my mind, prosperity was directly linked with achievement and success. And it's that desire to achieve, to be successful, that made me stop and think, to look back at who I once was. And then it hit me like a hammer blow. Reality suddenly dawned. I just learned to stand again. I just learned to walk again. I just learned to talk again. I'd overcome the barriers to be able to use a phone, to read a book, to be able to get out into the world again. I realized that I'd achieved more through becoming disabled than I ever did before the brain damage. My achievements and successes have been astounding, incredible, fantastic, absolutely positively awesome compared to anything I'd achieved before. And it felt better thinking like this, so I carried on. And I reevaluated my definition of prosperity. So prosperity for me isn't about wealth, but it's about achievement. Prosperity for me is still about success, but just not in the way I used to think it was. And in my new world of prosperity, I'm richer now than I ever could have imagined. But I still didn't fit in. I still didn't conform. So I thought about that too. And then that hammer blow hit me again, and I realized I can do anything I want. I'm a blank canvas. I've got the opportunity to achieve, to be successful. Not by fitting into somebody else's box or definition, but by doing what I love, by doing what I'm really good at, by doing what I'm engaged with, by doing what I enjoy. I don't have to yearn for that job, that office, that car, to wear that suit. I could focus on my own strengths, make my own opportunities, and realize my own potential. So that's what I did. I started a human resources and learning development consultancy with a twist, because it's also a social enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a social entrepreneur, award-winning. Because of my experiences as a disabled person trying to get back into work, I've started an initiative that will result in Swansea having more employers confident about employing disabled people than any other city in the UK by June the 30th. Because of my experiences when my father passed away and my wife survived cancer, I'm writing a training package for a local cancer hospital to support its patients through any issues surrounding work. As a business model, it's probably madness, doing so much work for no financial gain. I don't care. I genuinely believe that by investing my time and effort in social good and the community, the people and organisations will invest in me. And God, it feels good. It feels alive. It feels like I'm actually back again. But that's me as an individual. What about you? What about this room? What about the world? So here's the idea I want to spread. Here's the pitch. If I can harness prosperity, success, and achievement through my diversity, why can't we all? Why do we feel we have to fit in, to conform? And how much of a barrier is that to discovering the potential that we all have within us? How has conforming ever helped the world with regards to progress, to discovery, to invention? When it comes to diversity, we're all unique. We're all individuals. Imagine if we welcomed being different, embraced it, and accepted that uniqueness in us all. Imagine if every one of us did what we truly knew we were good at, what we enjoyed, what made us happy. Imagine if we could harness that power, that potential. Now, that's true prosperity through diversity. So my advice is, do what you want to do what you love, and let the world gain from that. But first, you need to accept that you're different, because that's the only way you'll accept that other people are different. And that's when you'll see people's true worth. So finally, make that change. Be all you can be. Don't conform for the sake of it. Strive to be happy. Strive to unleash your potential. Break that bubble and prepare to accept the prosperity that comes through diversity. Thank you very much.